Feast your eyes on the class of 2025, fellas. This is a brand new Buell Hammerhead. This is the top of the line model loaded with every option you can possibly get from the factory. This is probably going to be the last Freedom Edition we get this year because they're ramping up for Super Cruiser production. So they're going to be limited availability. This is the only one we have in stock, and it's got the whole catalog of upgrades on it, starting with the stunning paint job on the full carbon fiber body. That's a $4,000 hand painted scheme on the factory full carbon fiber body. It also has the upgraded saddle with the red stitching and the leather and the piping. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous. This is also equipped with the quick shift. It also has the steering dampener on it. Comes straight from the factory with these Pirelli Diablo Rosso road racing tires, the gold chain, stock. They're 185 horsepower, 186 miles per hour. In fact, one of our clients took one of these off the floor, the same exact bike as this, with the same exact setup this has, and went and set the East Coast Timing Association Land World Speed Record in the 1190 V-twin class. Well, I think it was Chris Poulin, I think it was 176 miles an hour. He went through the timing lights in 5th gear. So he never actually got it into 6th gear. He had changed the gearing and he didn't have it quite set up right. He's pretty sure he's going to get it up to into the 190s this year. That bike had 3 miles on it when he went and set that record. This is the same exact engine that Logan Sapala won every round of the AMA Pro Hill Climbing Championship the year before last, and he won every round last year until he broke his ankle. All he had was a tuner and a pipe on it. The thing's an absolute rocket ship, really light engine. The Helicon V-twin was originally designed to Eric Buell specs with the Rotax company. It's now entirely made in Grand Rapids, Michigan, including the engine case machining. Comes with a street legal exhaust on it. This one is the full race stainless steel system with the race tuner. It actually drops about 18 pounds. So this bike weighs 401 pounds right now. They're normally 419. You can easily get it into the high 3s with a few tricks like our friend Eric Poulin had done, or Chris Poulin had done, like the tail tidy kit and some other carbon fiber goodies that he put on it. So this is the same engine. Actually, it's a little bit bigger bore than the one that Buell won the Super Sport AMA Championship Series, racing against all the big four in the Italian and other bikes. It was a production class. So the engine's race proven. It's been in production. The same similar engine's been in production for over a decade. They're tried and true. They're very fast. They're very fun. It has 80% of its torque just off of idle all the way to redline. So at 2,000 RPM, you've got 80% of the torque that you have at 10,500 RPM. So you're always in the right gear. Just crack on a throttle and it'll go. Has a Showa GP inverted forks with an extremely lightweight front wheel made possible through the massive perimeter rotor, which puts zero torsional load on the hub. So you can run some really lightweight spokes on the rim. The caliper on it is a work of art too. It's massive 8-piston caliper with a full floating perimeter rotor, full carbon fiber body kit. The frame on this is a work of art also, designed by Eric to accomplish his 3 most important design features on his bikes. First was a super rigid frame, second was low unsprung weight, and third was a center of gravity that was very close to the center of the engine right here. So everything's designed, including the frame, to keep the weight low. This is not the fuel tank up here. It looks like the fuel tank, but the fuel tank is housed down here in the frame, all the way down here. So it doesn't sound like a big deal till you hit the first corner at Daytona at 140 miles an hour and you got 40 pounds of fuel or 30 pounds of fuel sloshing around up high. You want it down low. The swing arm's super rigid. The rear wheel is super lightweight and massive. Has a Showa shock on it. Another thing you can do is if you're not riding a passenger, you can drop a couple pounds by taking these 2 bolts off. That's what most guys do. First thing is take off the passenger pegs, put a tail tidy kit on it, and it's ready. It is a race ready. It's the fastest production American motorcycle ever made. It's the fastest and best production American superbike ever made. And it'll hold its own against the Japanese and the Italian bikes on the racetrack. The power to weight ratio is obscene. With 100, I don't know if you've ever ridden a motorcycle with 185 horsepower that weighs under 400 or right around, this one's 401 pounds, but it's pretty insane. You crack the throttle, and you just got to fight to keep the front end down and keep it pointed in the right direction. You'll never need more power than this has stock out of the box. All you got to do is work on your riding skills, because most mere mortals cannot match even close, not even close to what the potential of this bike has. It comes with all the goodies right from the factory. The paint on this thing is outstanding. The fit and finish is outstanding. Comes with a full warranty, and again, built right here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, by Americans, for Americans, to high quality standards. Now, they also make a touring version of this, and they make a street fighter version of this. They also have on the Super Cruiser platform, not only do they have the Super Cruiser, but they have the Hill Climber, and they also have a flat tracker that they just released at Daytona. And if you look at the chart here, the Buell timeline, Buell's been in business since 1983, originally owned by Eric Buell, then owned by Harley Davidson for decades, and now owned by Bill Melvin and his family. And they moved the production to Grand Rapids, Michigan in 2020, and they're shipping bikes all over the world. They also developed their first dirt bike in collaboration with the Sapala race team and won the AMA Hill Climb National Championship. That's Sapala's bike right here. And this is the Baja, the dirt bike that they're going to be producing eventually. And of course, the Super Cruiser, they're taking deposits now. We're looking at fourth quarter this year, delivery of that bike. And here's the Super Touring model with the bags. So they've got quite a few different, very flexible engine. It works for hill climbing, works for drag racing, works for road racing. It's got power everywhere. It's lightweight, it's compact, it has a low center of gravity, compact center of gravity, and they're pretty much bulletproof. So now the first version of this bike, which looked just like this, cost Eric Buell close to $100,000 each, because they were handmade, and they made 100 of them, and they sold them at $46,000 to $49,000 back in 2012, which in today's dollars is, if you punch it in an inflation calculator, is $65,000. This is virtually identical to that $65,000 motorcycle, and you can buy the base version for $19,900. It's an awesome value. You would think these are still handmade, hand-painted, hand-assembled with great care by the best in the business. And in fact, this one here, the top of the line model with every single option you can get on it, including the stainless race exhaust and the tuner kit, is under 25 grand out the door. One of the greatest values in America's sport bike history. So fully adjustable shower suspension for compression and rebound. The shock is adjustable for compression and rebound. Aircraft quality aluminum used in the construction of the chassis. Aircraft style gas cap. You get the idea. It's a badass piece, man. But hey, there's only one of these on the East Coast. There's only one red, white, and blue one left on the East Coast. Check out the pinstripe on here. This is pretty cool. That looks like a pinstripe. That's actually the carbon fiber body underneath here. They just masked it off. So what looks like a black pinstripe is actually the gloss carbon fiber peeking out, little peekaboo, showing you what's underneath there. So I love these bikes. They are absolute badass. There's not another sport bike on the market I'd rather have than this American rocket right here. Hats off to Bill Melvin and the team at Buell. They're doing a phenomenal job bringing American super bikes to the masses here for affordable prices. Really an American success story. Thank you for watching. God bless Buell, and God bless America.